Let's begin this coverage with the key numbers as far as coronavirus is concerned. Let's start off with the overall figures at 4,46,805 with 83,35,109 recovery figures. 1,30,993 deaths being clocked in pan-India. In terms of the worst impacted states, you've got Maharashtra topping the charts with active number of cases at 82,904. 16,23,503 recovered from coronavirus, and the deaths stand at 46,102. Kerala is the next impacted, which is second worst impacted. Active cases at 70,191. Recovered are 4,61,394. The death tally at 1,915. Delhi is the third worst impacted. Active cases on the rise, 42,004 active cases. 4,45,782 recoveries have been witnessed in Delhi with 7,812 deaths. Latest figures as of 1:30 p.m. on 18th of November flashing on your screens of coronavirus at the moment. All right, let's get you a plan of the central government. Home Minister Amit Shah has once again stepped in to help Delhi in corona fight. Responding to Delhi's SOS meeting between Home Minister and Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, the Union Home Ministry has now constituted 10 multidisciplinary teams to visit over 100 private hospitals in Delhi to assess the COVID situation. DRDO is adding 250 new ICU beds. The Indian Railways is providing 800 beds. BJP IT cell head Amit Malviya has now taken a jibe at Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal, saying that one wonders what does the Chief Minister do, accepting for giving advertisements to make himself tolerable if everything has to be done by the Home Ministry, unquote. That is the tweet that Amit Malviya has put out on the back of the Home Ministry having to step in to control the COVID crisis in the national capital. My colleague Tanushree Pandey getting us all the very latest updates. Tanushree, at the moment, what is the plan as far as the state government is concerned, given the fact that the all right, we have Anisha Mathur joining us and not Tanushree on the story. Anisha, if you could just tell us, we've got Tanushree again with us. Let's go to our reporters. Whoever we have with us, let's go straight across to our reporters at the moment who are getting us these ground reports coming in right now from the national capital. Tanushree, can you hear me? If you can hear me, bring us a ground report of the Delhi's battle with coronavirus crisis. The Home Ministry has had to step in, Tanushree.
That's right. The surge, the sort of surge which the national capital witnessed in the coronavirus cases, that's the reason why the Home Ministry has to intervene. Remember, Union Home Minister Amit Shah intervened when national capital saw its first spike, and the only concern is how to bring the numbers down. Now we are at the Delhi-Noida border, and one of the retuned solutions which the district administrations have come out with is to carry out free rapid antigen tests at the border area, so that randomly people can be selected, a test can be carried out. Remember, Union Home Ministry, also the state government of the national capital, Chetty, has always been saying that the testing has to be increased. That's why in Delhi, also at the border areas, which is at Gautam Buddha Nagar, just to increase the testing, these random samples have been, these random counters have been set up, which are taking random samples. Ma'am, आज सुबह से कितने आप लोगों ने samples collect कर लिया है?
अभी तक हम लोग कर चुके हैं सैंपल यहाँ पे 79, एक पॉजिटिव निकला हुआ है।
एक पॉजिटिव भी आए हैं, तो उनको सिम्टम्स था?
सिम्टम्स नहीं थे उनको।
तो अगर टेस्ट नहीं होता तो नहीं पता चलता?
हाँ, नहीं पता चलता उनको। अभी
लग रहा है इस तरीके का जो सेटअप किया गया है, रैंडम सैम्पलिंग टेस्टिंग काउंटर्स जो बॉर्डर एरिया पे किया है, दैट्स गोइंग टू हेल्प इंप्रूव द सिचुएशन ऑन द ग्राउंड।
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल ये सिचुएशन को बहुत, मतलब इससे बहुत पता चल सकता है कि दिल्ली में और ये नोएडा में, क्योंकि ज़्यादातर केस दिल्ली में निकले हुए हैं।
दिल्ली में ज्यादा केसेस हैं, उसकी वजह से यहाँ पे भी बढ़ रहा है।
हाँ जी।
Right. So already 80 tests have been conducted at this particular Delhi-Noida border, and this is just one of the borders, Chetty, I'll tell you, and one person in fact tested positive. That person was taken by the administration to the hospital. Now that person will get the needful treatment, but we'll tell you that this test is important because as she told us that person tested positive, but he was completely asymptomatic. He was randomly stopped at this border area, and then a rapid antigen test was conducted, and that person tested positive. So this is how the authorities are basically basically, expecting and planning, and they are hopeful that this is going to bring the numbers down. Because remember, Chati, the more we increase the testing process, the more people who have the infection will come out, and the treatment will be done, and the process will basically get expedited, and a herd immunity will be made in our country. That's the motto, that's the agenda of the government. Chati, back to you.
All right, leave it at that. Thanks so much for getting us the latest. We're getting some breaking news coming in, cutting straight across to it. In a bid to contain virus spread in Delhi's neighborhood, people coming in from the capital to the suburb of Noida are now being tested randomly for COVID. The random sampling is being done by rapid antigen tests. According to the order, only some are getting randomly selected, and those commuters are getting tested. All the ones, including delivery boys to rickshaw drivers, are going to be falling under this ambit of testing. Areas with more than one positive case is going to be declared as a containment zone. However, Noida District Magistrate has assured that there's going to be no restriction on free movement of people between Noida and Delhi, and the order is coming in the wake of rising COVID cases in Delhi. Authorities now believe that it has led to a surge of cases in the neighboring city Noida in UP. There are 1,236 active cases in Noida. Meanwhile, Delhi has been witnessing a huge surge in the number of coronavirus infections this month, with over 40,000 active cases.
हम लोग फुल प्रिकॉशन लेके ही काम करेंगे। ऐसा भी प्रिकॉशन लेंगे कि कोई जाम ना लगे, कोई अप्रिय स्थिति ना हो। फोर्स का भी पूरा इंतजाम है और हम लोग रैंडम सैंपलिंग करेंगे, एंटीजन टेस्ट कराएंगे। मैक्सिमम ज्यादा से ज्यादा नंबर होंगे चेक करने के, और हम लोग ऐसा कोई टारगेट नहीं लेके चल रहे कि 100 करने हैं कि 200 करने हैं, 500 भी कर सकते हैं। जितना मैक्सिमम नंबर होगा शाम तक करेंगे। जो नहीं कराना चाहता वो ना कराए, ऐसा कोई फोर्स नहीं है, लेकिन उनको हम सर्विलेंस पे रखेंगे। जो नहीं कराना चाहता उनका मोबाइल नंबर और पता उनका नोट करेंगे और उनको सर्विलेंस पे लगाएंगे।
ये रैपिड एंटीजन टेस्ट होगा आप लोग जो अभी बॉर्डर?
हाँ जी, रैपिड एंटीजन का टेस्ट होगा ये
जी। तो कितना समय लगेगा एक बंदे का ये तो पूरा टेस्ट हो जाने के लिए?
टेस्ट
यहीं पे बॉर्डर में
ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लगेगा। इसका रिजल्ट आ जाएगा 20 मिनट 15 मिनट में इसका रिजल्ट आ जाएगा।
तो आप लोग यही कोई भी रैंडम इंसान को लाएंगे उसका एंटीजन टेस्ट?
जो मतलब यहाँ से आ रहे हैं, दिल्ली से नोएडा आ रहे हैं, उनका किया जाएगा टेस्ट।
कोई भी रैंडम इनका यहाँ आके टेस्ट होगा एंटीजन। आप 15 मिनट में वो इनको वहीं वेट करने बोलेंगे, आप लोग रिजल्ट लगे?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
It is my wish. I want to make myself comfortable whether I'm okay, and also that is why I want to.
आप दिल्ली के रहने वाले हैं कि नोएडा?
मैं फरीदाबाद का रहने वाला हूँ।
आप यहाँ से आ रहे थे तो टेस्टिंग?
मैंने जब देखा कि यहाँ पर फ्री चेकअप हो रही है तो मुझे अच्छा लगा। मैंने बोला क्यों टाइम वेस्ट होगा, किसी और जगह जाने से अच्छा है कि जहाँ पर ये बूथ लगा है वहाँ जाइए।
And as the national capital grapples with surge in COVID cases, mobile testing vans have been deployed in Delhi's market areas. At least 300 tests are being conducted per day, and these include 150 rapid testing and 150 RT-PCR testing. Here's a ground report coming in from Sadar Bazaar.
As the COVID cases in the national capital goes for a surge, the Delhi government willing to impose restrictions ban on the market if there is massive violation of the COVID safety norms. This is Sadar Bazaar market, one of the busiest market in central Delhi and parts of old Delhi. Even in the festive season when it is over, there is a massive crowding, and that explains why social distancing has gone for a toss. And moreover, there is also people who are violating the safety norms by not wearing masks. However, there are these mobile testing vans have been placed here, which are here ensuring people are getting tested, and particularly those who are violating norms by not wearing rules. So this includes both antigen and rapid testing. At the same time, the Delhi police is here to ensure those who are violating rules need to be fined. Those who are visiting these marketplaces, if they are willful, they can have their tests done, both antigen and RT-PCR. But moreover, those who are violating the rules and norms being tested here by civil defense staff who get them here to this COVID testing van. The Delhi Health Minister Satyendra Jain also said that looking at these markets turning into a hotspot, COVID hotspot, the number of testing is soon going to be increased in these places, in these markets across Delhi. At Sadar Bazaar with Ashutosh Mishra, reporting for India Today.
And with fears of a second wave hitting Maharashtra, India Today spoke to Tourism Minister Aditya Thackeray on Mumbai's current preps against COVID pandemic. He said that the authorities are trying their best to ensure that there's no fresh wave.
सर, किस तरीके की तैयारी की जा रही है, क्योंकि एक ऐसा स्पेकुलेशन लगाया जा रहा है कि शायद थर्ड वेव आ सकती है? नहीं, अगर आप देखें तो पूरे पिछले 8 महीनों में 9 महीनों में हर एक हमारे कलेक्टर्स ने, ऑफिसर्स ने, कमिश्नर्स ने ये सारे काम किए हुए हैं। सीएम साहब, डीसीएम साहब, रेवेन्यू मिनिस्टर, हेल्थ मिनिस्टर, ये सारे लोग पूरे महाराष्ट्र के रिव्यूज ले रहे हैं। मुंबई के पालक मंत्री के नाते मैं यही देख रहा हूँ कि जैसे कई शहरों में सेकेंड या थर्ड वेव आ रही है। अभी तो हम 3 फिगर्स में है, कल भी 590 पे थे। टेस्टिंग हमारी जारी है, लेकिन ये वेव ना कैसे आए, इसी पे हम थोड़ा ध्यान देना चाहते हैं, या आए भी तो भी किसी को तकलीफ ना हो, इसी पे हमारा ध्यान है। जैसे हमारे जो मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज है, वेंटिलेटर्स हो, ऑक्सीजन कॉन्सेंट्रेटर्स हो, जो डीसीएच है, डीसीएचसी है, ये सारे अभी तक बंद नहीं हुए हैं। काफी सारी जगहों में अगर आप देखें तो जंबो फैसिलिटीज की अभी जो यूटिलाइजेशन है काफी कम हो गई है, क्योंकि हमने हजार बेड्स की जब बनाई है तो भी अभी हर एक फैसिलिटी में कहीं 50 कहीं 100 लोग हैं। अच्छी चीज है, डॉक्टर्स को भी थोड़ा रेस्ट मिल रहा है, सारे स्टाफ को रेस्ट मिल रही है, लेकिन आगे जाके ये भरे ना कैसे, एक इसी पे प्रिवेंशन पे एक हमारा काम है। लेकिन अगर भरे भी तो ये फैसिलिटीज अभी बंद ना हो। हर जगह से थोड़ा थोड़ा एक प्रेशर होता है कि चलो ये बंद हो जाती है तो अच्छा है, पब्लिक इमेज अच्छी बनती है, लेकिन अभी हमारा काम है लोगों को बचाना, उनकी जानें बचाना।
The race for COVID vaccine is heating up. 3 vaccine candidates, Moderna, Pfizer and Russia's Sputnik V, have shown encouraging result in the late stage trials, with all 3 claiming an efficacy of over 90%. Speaking to India Today, Union Health Minister also expressed confidence that India will get COVID vaccine by early next year. Russia's vaccine Sputnik V will undergo phase 2 and 3 trials from next week in India. It's going to reach Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi Medical College in Kanpur, where more than 180 volunteers have already registered themselves for the clinical assessment of the vaccine. This is coming in after Russian President Vladimir Putin pledged vaccine help to India.
देखिए, ये डेट देना बहुत मुश्किल है, लेकिन वैक्सीन के रिसर्च के मामले में भारत के वैज्ञानिक जो है दुनिया के वैज्ञानिकों की तरह बहुत अच्छी तरह से काम कर रहे हैं। जैसे उसके जो कामयाबी के रिजल्ट्स आएंगे तो देश के सामने उनको प्रस्तुत किया जाएगा। निश्चित रूप से अगले साल के अंदर वैक्सीन आएगा और अगले साल के शुरुआती महीनों में ही।
So how much do these COVID vaccines really cost? The expected price in dollar terms for 2 doses. Let's start off with the Moderna one, $50 to $74. The next one is, of course, the Sinopharm, which is the Wuhan one, which is the Chinese one. It's $70. And the Bharat Biotech Covaxin would cost you $6 to $40 thereabout dollars. Zydus Cadila one, $6 to $40. Pfizer, $39. J&J, $20. That is the expected price for 2 doses. The Russian vaccine Sputnik V at $10. AstraZeneca, the Serum Institute one, the lowest at $8. So as you can see, the Serum Institute AstraZeneca one is the lowest priced at $8. The race is indeed heating up for the COVID vaccine. The vaccine candidates of Moderna, Pfizer, Russia, Sputnik have shown encouraging results in the late stage trials. Since heavy rains battered the city of Hyderabad, residents of Usman Nagar and Shaheen Nagar have still not been able to resume their normal life as the flood water is yet to recede in these areas. The localities that include 300 houses are under knee-deep water and filth rising from the stagnant water. It has now become a breeding ground for mosquitoes. The agitated residents allege that they have not even received relief funds of 10,000 rupees. The residents approached the Telangana High Court, which ordered the local administration to pump out the water immediately and pulled up the admin for the carelessness.
Not a single time in last 50 days Asaduddin Owaisi has visited the Usman Nagar. The concerned MLA of that Usman Nagar comes under Sabita Indra Reddy, who herself is a education minister, and a lady representative is unable to protect the women of his own constituency. Then how she might be representing the women of the state, you can understand. The local MP, Dr. Ranjit Reddy, is the local MP of that area, Usman Nagar. In last 50 days, he has not visited a single time.
It's almost 60 days. The government is showing their blind eye, and they didn't come forward to help the people here. And people are here in a lot of pain. The present MLA and MP are from the ruling government. They are showing their deaf and blind eye. They are not helping the people here. So we want the government to come out and have a rehabilitation program with the help of local people, they can have a constructive program with the irrigation department as well as the local municipal corporation.
मकान में पानी भरा हुआ है, पानी निकालो, हम आप खाने पीने कुछ नहीं होना, पानी हटाने की कोशिश करो, जल्द से जल्द पानी हटाओ।
कितने दिन से है?
तीसरा महीना शुरू है, 2 महीने खत्म हो गए, तीसरा शुरू है।
एक एक घर में 2-2 3-3 फैमिलियां रह रही, घर को एक देते बोल के बोले, मगर हमको वो भी नहीं मिले। हम लोग अभी तक हमको किराए का घर नहीं मिला, हम रिश्तेदारों के पास है। जल्द से जल्द हमारे घरों से पानी निकाल दीजिए, आप मेहरबानी होती।
Welcome back. Prime Minister Modi and US President-elect Joe Biden spoke yesterday in their first conversations since 3rd November poll outcome. The Prime Minister warmly congratulated Biden on his victory. The Prime Minister tweeted saying that they've discussed containing the COVID pandemic, tackling climate change and cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. Modi also extended best wishes to Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, the first woman and also the first person of Indian-American origin to be elected to this position. Biden's office in a statement acknowledged the conversation, adding that the President-elect looks forward to working closely with India on a shared global challenge. It also mentions Biden's efforts to strengthen democracy home and abroad. Earlier, Modi had congratulated Biden and Harris on Twitter on 8th November when it became clear that the Democratic Party candidate was all set to clinch the presidential title.
Prime Minister Modi and President-elect Biden had a very warm conversation. They discussed about the global strategic partnership which United States and India shares, and they also exchanged views on the Indo-Pacific area. Then they also discussed about the current problem which both United States, India and the world over is facing vis-a-vis the COVID. In that, the role of pharmaceuticals, healthcare and particularly the vaccines.
Let's now take a look at all the international headlines. US President Donald Trump has fired a top election official who contradicted his claims of voter fraud. Trump said that he terminated Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency Chief Chris Krebs. The official was accused of inaccurate remark on vote integrity. Trump has so far refused to concede the US elections, claiming massive voter fraud. Facebook has removed racist post about US Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. The post made inaccurate claims that Harris was not a legal US citizen. Some even claimed she wasn't black enough for the Democrats. Facebook has, however, declined to act against the group posting the messages. US researchers say that $1 million in donation has been made by singer Dolly Parton to vaccine research, playing an important role in the COVID battle. In April, Parton announced that she was giving the money to a medical center in Nashville. That was one of the trial sites for the Moderna vaccine that claims to be 95% effective. UK's main opposition, the Labour Party, reinstated former leader Jeremy Corbyn on Tuesday. This is coming weeks after he was suspended over his response to a damning watchdog report about anti-Semitism within the party. The Labour Party appears split over this move. Protests in Thailand as youth demand democratic reforms. During the protests, MPs used inflatable rubber duck boats as shields to protect themselves from a water cannon. A total of 55 people suffered injuries in this storm.